Hey guys, Catlin back here with lesson 6 for unit 6, looking at your homework this week, and let's dive in with the first problem. The school ordered 3 large boxes of board markers. After giving 15 markers to each of 3 teachers, there were 90 markers remaining or left. The diagram represents the situation. How many markers were originally in the box? Well, I'm going to reason through this one. If 3 groups of these large boxes had 15 taken away, that makes sense that x minus 15 is there. So I can clearly see that every one originally had 30, because 30 times 3 is 90. So I can kind of break that up into 3 groups of 30. And so if 3 groups of x minus 15 was 90, logically one group of x minus 15 is equal to 30. So what number was in the box when I could take 15 away and end up with 30? Well, I got to add 30 and 15 to see that x was worth 45. So there were 45 originally in the box. That makes sense. All right, let's move on to number 2. The diagram can be represented by the equation 25 equals 2 plus 6x. Makes sense. Explain where you can see the 6 in the diagram. Okay, so the 6 represents the 6 x's. 6 x's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 x's plus 2. Elena walked 20 minutes more than Lynn. Jada walked twice as long as Elena, and Jada walked for 90 minutes. The equation shown describes the situation, so we know it's true. Match each amount in the story with the expression that it represents. Okay? So the thing that we don't know here in this problem is going to be how long Lynn has walked, I believe, because we know Elena walked 20 minutes more. We know that Jada walked twice as long as Elena, right? But Jada walked for 90 minutes. All right, so Jada walked 90. I guess that's an easy one. We can go ahead and match that one up. Number 1 matches D, right? So that one's knocked out. X plus 20 would be Elena walked 20 minutes more than Lynn. So this one right here, 20 minutes more than Lynn, so I'm thinking Lynn is X, because Elena is X plus 20. So this would represent Elena because of the more, which tells me that X is Lynn, right? So A. So what does 2 times the quantity X plus 20 represent? Well, X plus 20 is representative of Elena, and if you take Elena and double it, right, then that's going to be twice as long. Jada, that's going to be Jada, number 1 there is going to be Jada, which is 90. So we know that that's why it equals 90. So this right here is also equal to Jada. Hence, why they equal each other in the equation, right? She is both 90, and she's both twice as much as what Elena walked. So that makes sense. All right, let's move on. Number 4. Match each equation to the story. 2 stories to match the same equation. Okay, so let's read these, and then we'll just match the one that it goes with, all right? So, and it does say 2 of the stories does match the same one. That's why we have 5, and there's only 4 equations. Jada's teacher fills a travel bag with 5 copies of a textbook. The weight of the bag and books is 17 pounds. So I'm feeling like that's my total, and that makes sense. All of them are 17. The empty travel bag weighs 3 pounds. How much does each book weigh? Okay. So in this particular case, we've got 5 repetitive things that weigh the same. Textbooks are copies of each other, right? So we should have 5 X's. And we also have this travel bag that weighs 3 pounds. That does not repeat. That's happening once. So we're looking for 5 X's and a single 3 that add up to equal 17. So 5 X's and a single 3. That would be number 4. So this one matches A. Right? So that's what we're looking for here. Repetitive variables that we don't know, and then single numbers or maybe repetitive numbers. All of them are added to 17. A piece of scenery for the school play is in the shape of 5-foot-long rectangles. So that means that I've got 5-foot-long rectangles. That's 5 happening over and over and over again. The designer decides to increase the length. There will be 3 identical rectangles with a total length of 17. By how much did the designer increase the length of each rectangle? Okay, so a piece of scenery for the school play is in the shape of a 5-foot-long rectangle. Let's draw this one out. That might help. We got a 5-foot-long rectangle. All right. The designer decides to increase the length, so they're going to make it longer, right, by some amount. There will be 3 identical rectangles with a total length of 17. So we're going to have 3 of these guys, right? So 5 and an X happening 3 times. Think of it that way, right? I'm going to take this rectangle that was originally there, add a certain amount to it, and I'm going to do that 3 times over and over. So we're looking for 3 groups of 5 and X put together, which would be 1. So B, and it all equals 17. All right, part C. Elena spends $17. Duh, everybody's got 17 involved, right? She buys a $3 book and a bookmark for each of her 5 cousins. A $3 book. So that's a single 3. And then 5 cousins happening over and over the same thing. So we're looking for 5 X's and a single 3. We've already used that one before, and it happens again. So C is matching also number 4. D. Noah packs up bags at the food pantry to deliver to the families. He packs 5 bags that weigh a total of 17 pounds. So we got 5 things. I'm already leaning toward number 3, right? 5 things. And so 5 bags. Each bag, right? We got 5 things. So I'm going to split this up into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 things. And in every bag is going to have 3 pounds of groceries and a packet of papers. 3 in every bag and a packet of papers. We don't know how much the packet of paper costs. That's why the X is going to get involved here, right? Plus X. So we're looking for 5 things of X plus 3 or 3 plus X. That is number 3. So that's why D is going to go with that one. And that makes sense. And then lastly, Andre has 3 times as many pencils as Noah and 5 pens. 3 times as many and 5 more. So 3 times as many pencils and 5 pens. So we're looking for something that is happening 3 times plus a single 5 to equal 17. And that matches the last one we haven't used, which is 2. So that one's why that's E. And that finishes our video for lesson number 6.